Hello, everyone, and welcome back to King's Advisors. Today, we've got some news about one of my favorite TV shows ever, Suits. As a lawyer, I've always enjoyed this show, not because it's realistic to firm life, because it ain't at all, but because it's fun. I've always enjoyed the Mike Harvey dynamic. I've always enjoyed that mentorship. That relationship was it was really well written. And then you have the other relationships throughout the show, Donna and Harvey, Donna and Mike, Donna and Rachel, Rachel, Mike, all that stuff. It tended to lead to a very good show. As it became really obvious in the show after like season 3, it became more of a drama and less of a legal drama. The law really took a backseat to the show's relationships, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Mostly because it was written well, and the actors and actresses did a really good job. But we're talking about this today because this show came out in 2011, and it ran for 9 seasons, and it did fairly well. But it has become a juggernaut on streaming. After Netflix got this show, it has been in the top 10 streaming, I believe, since it received the show. And we can look at the Nielsen numbers today, and these numbers represent September 11th through the 17th. And we can see right here that number 2, with 135 episodes and 1,900 million minutes of streaming, it's number 2 overall. And what's crazy about this is about 2 weeks ago, I looked, and it was number 1 overall with about 2.4 thousand million minutes. That's 2.4 billion minutes watched. That was like 4.5 years of television. Like, if you lined those minutes up end to end, that'd be 4.5 years. It was insane. And as I predicted a while back when I first saw how Suits was tracking on Netflix, we have some other news. That Aaron Korsh, the guy that developed Suits for USA Network, is writing or creating a new show in the Suits universe. Now, this isn't to say that it's going to be, we're not making a Suits-averse. That's not what this is. It's just another law show that's going to take place in another city that's probably going to mention stuff that happened in Suits. This show won't have returning characters. It's not going to have Donna's not going to pop up. Now, if they're smart, what they'll do is they'll try to get some of these people to come in for an episode, do a little bit of that. Remember? It's similar in a way to how CSI and NCIS, all these procedural shows on NBC and CBS, how they have different shows for different cities or states. CSI had Las Vegas, New York, and Miami. NCIS has had the regular NCIS, LA, Hawaii now, and New Orleans. The question is going to be, will this work? So I'm going to talk a little bit about, you can see it right here. So no network is attached to the project at the time. And what that means is that they don't know if it's going to be a USA Network. Is it going to be on Peacock? Is it going to be Netflix? They haven't decided that yet. But Suits did have a spinoff. It was called Pearson. And the story was that when Jessica left the firm and she moved to Chicago with her boyfriend, that she took on the establishment in Chicago to help fight basically for civil rights. And it was very poorly received. It had like 1 season. Um it wasn't good. Like I barely remember it. I think I watched like an episode or 2. It just wasn't good. Um and I think that's something that you'll see them do differently in this show. I think what you'll probably see is that they will go from a show based around one character, which is what Pearson was, and it'll be more like Suits, where it's based around a firm and based around firm life and the attorneys and what they're doing in their fights in the legal field. And I'm sure we'll get some of that. We'll probably get some sort of like rehash stories where um there's a bad partner they have to get rid of, things like that, because that's interesting and semi-universal, I should say. But overall, I'm relatively excited for this. I think obviously this is, early days. Um, I would assume that Aaron Korsh and NBC were waiting for the strikes to end so that they could announce this and start work on it. We know the actor strike is still going on, so obviously we won't have any actors named anytime soon. But that's still way down the road. They've still got to write the show. They got to figure out, where they're gonna set the show. I read one article that said this would be set in LA. I haven't seen that anywhere else. You know, I'm excited. I really Gabriel Macht, I think, did a very good job as Harvey in the show, and I would expect them to try to find some way to bring Harvey's name up every now and then, or something to tie the shows together, because you want to build off of that popularity of the show that Suits has had. So we'll see. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to leave a like, comment. What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite storyline, character, all that stuff? I know millions of people have started watching this show, and I am actually really happy that it's gained this like secondary popularity. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Kings Advisors _.